You guys have problems completing the Dragon Knight quest? You don't know how to perform the Dragon Vortex? Who can blame you? It's the most common question I get asked about. So, I made this video to clear up all confusion. Well, not all confusion. I won't talk about saving the Dragon Knight, recruiting him, obtaining Mirsa's armor, or the like. Additionally, this guide assumes you've unlocked vortexes already. I mean, this isn't your first time trying to launch one, right? The scissors? The pillar? You've launched one of them already, right? Well, did you at least launch a surge reverse or a fulcrum? If not, then look it up. You need to get these to perform the vortex. I also wish to state that this guide will not explain every single possibility of launching this vortex, because I want to keep this simple enough for a beginner to understand. And in case anyone watching this video wishes to call me unprofessional, lazy, or anything else, then I have this to say.
Kneel before Zod!
So, let us begin. The main requirement for the Dragon Vortex is to form a combo of 3 weapon techniques, which all are of the dash type, or all of the non-dash type. Now, what does that mean? Well, techniques have types: contact, movement, projectile. Movement doesn't exist on its own. It's always accompanied by contact when it appears. People often refer to them as dash attacks for its simplicity. So in order to launch the Dragon Vortex, you need to either use 3 dash attacks or 3 non-dash attacks. This makes things both simple and hard. Simple because there's a multitude of attacks you could use for this, and difficult because it's so hard to distinguish which attacks count as dash and which ones don't. But allow me to simplify matters for you guys. These are a few simple dash techniques which are available for a few weapons. Some of them are extremely easy to learn. You must know, in Romancing SaGa, techniques can only combo with specific other techniques, so you can't just mix and match them. Here's a chart for these 5 techniques. If an arrow points towards another, then that suggests that a combo can be made in that order. If an arrow points in both directions, then the order doesn't matter and the techniques can always combo. Now, check. Do you have characters with these techniques? Could you make a chain of 3 characters using these attacks? As I check myself, I could make one, so I'll write it down. Now, let's try with non-dash attacks, for example, aerial attacks. All of these are simple bow techniques. Admittedly, there's also projectile lance, scimitar, and hand axe techniques, but I deemed them possibly too hard to learn, so we're focusing on these, and actually it seems unlikely that you'd have 3 archers on your team, but if you do, write it down. Next, we've got contact attacks. I tried to be more diverse with the weapons this time. Make your choice. Although, perhaps it'd be best if I also shared this chart. It shows combos between very common techniques which are available for numerous weapons, increasing the probability that you've learned them. And because non-dash implies the possibility of making a combo of both projectile and contact techniques, yeah, it doesn't improve things that much. You'd still need someone with a bow, but oh well, maybe you'll find something. Alright, perhaps some of you find this extremely complicated and you want to go even simpler. Well, I have good news for you. There exist techniques that can combo with themselves. This makes it possible to launch the Dragon Vortex by using 3 identical techniques. And hey, how much closer to having the same type can you get? I would mention the throw technique too, as it's capable of that, But regardless, it did not want to combo for me too much, so forget that one. Instead, let's add these two to the list. Even if they should not be able to combo with themselves, they have extremely high reverse rates, and once a reverse occurs, an attack can combo with anything. As much as using reverses, surges, and the like always seemed like a hassle to me, with these, the frequency is high enough for me to consider this an option. Actually, if you're really stubborn, just put Artful or Sonic Slash between two non-dash attacks and it should work sooner or later. So, did you find a few combos that you could try to perform? Come on, don't tell me there's not a single one among them. These are really low level techniques, so even if you don't have them, look stuff up and learn them quickly. Okay, so let's look at the list of the combos that I have. All the variants have Sif as the first character, and Albert as the last character in the combo. This means that perhaps I should give these two appropriate classes. Well, at least level 2 in them. Imperial Marine for Sif, and Imperial Knight for Albert. This way, Sif will have a higher chance to combo with the next character, and Albert will have an easier time making a combo with the previous one. If you don't have a lot of jewels, don't worry, this is not mandatory, but the way I see it, it really helps. Then we put the characters into positions, because this Vortex requires characters to be in 3 different rows. Considering how all of this goes, Barbara and Galaha take the middle, while Sif and Albert just need to take opposite sides. They both have to start or end the combo. Now I know that some people insist that using these optimal positions is not required, and this is partially true. Sometimes one wrong position still allows the Vortex to be launched. However, after experimenting with it, a combo placed across 3 rows seems to have a higher chance of working than one with one position wrong. In fact, a simple mistake could potentially trigger the pillar instead. So, considering how easy it is to set up the positions before the fight with the dragon, why would you not do it? Once the fight starts, press square. This activates a mode where you're able to force your characters to launch attacks in a specific order, so do things as they were planned. Pick defend for the other 2 characters, and try until it launches. And if it doesn't after like 10 tries, try a different combo you've picked.
This should do it!
That's all there is. And, because I expect some dumb comment to arrive whining that I said something would work but didn't.
This should do it! This should do it!
Just to be safe, let me show other combinations, so that you know for sure that it does work.
This should do it! This should do it! This should do it!
Of course, you are free to make your own combos for this, but you'd need to consult the proper FAQ, one which includes a list of combo attributes, And you'll also have to be sure whenever or not the attack is of the movement type. Dash. It's all a bit complicated. And honestly, I made this video to give people a simple, easy, foolproof way to launch the Vortex. Which I certainly hope I've accomplished and you've completed this quest after so long.
This should do it!
Man, I'm glad that's done. Now, because this was quite a bit of work, please like this video, comment on it, subscribe to my channel, watch my other romantic SaGa videos, or even better, watch my SaGa series retrospective. I'd talk about how good my stuff is, but considering what I've done for you guys, it shouldn't matter.
Kneel before Zod!